Alright guys, so the other day I made a video on the dislike button and what I felt about it. Now, it's not like the button itself um, is the biggest problem. The biggest problem, as we talk about, and I'm a big fan of valuetainment. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, um, but there was a podcast that they made recently about this. Maybe just put in podcast. And I do agree with Patrick on the fact that maybe just banning the thing isn't the best course of action. Um, but, you don't want people to gang up on the small channels and just beat them into oblivion. What you want to do instead is if you press dislike, then you have to write at least 120 words, like a proper paragraph, explaining why you disliked the video. So then if somebody really disliked the video, I mean, you can tell immediately where they're going with it, instead of it just being a knocking down of the smaller channels. Because if your channel, like if you have social media like The Rock, you could have the whole conservative population dislike his work, but that's not going to change anything. He's still going to be popular. But somebody who's just starting out with maybe like 20 subscribers, if you start disliking their videos, nobody's ever going to watch the content. So you see that it's it's a double-edged sword, but you could make it work. You could keep it if you made it work. So if YouTube, and it's probably not that hard to implement, you press the dislike button and then you get a message that says, all right, well, now you need to explain why you dislike this particular video, and then you have to write 120 words, or at least something like that. Trust me, that's going to stop people from just disliking on purpose. Because people in general are pretty lazy, and they're not going to press the dislike button unless they have a real reason, or they have. Because if you have to write a paragraph and people are lazy, they're just not going to press the dislike button because they're like, it's not worth pressing the dislike button. But if they have something interesting and well thought out to say, they can put in like a tweet or 120 character things, then that changes the whole dynamics of YouTube, and then you can keep the dislike button. So why did you dislike that video? Well, he had a really good reason why he disliked that video, and he took the time to spend, he took the time to write 120 characters on it. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. If you really want to keep the button, make it make it count.